A new indictable offence has been created to impose 5-year jail terms for people convicted of injuring or killing police dogs and horses.
This is about telling the community that we value our four-legged heroes, but it is also about telling those people who seek to do harm to important members of the Queensland Police Service, these four-legged heroes, that there will be consequences for their action.
The new penalties are the strongest across the country.
Our police dogs right across the state of Queensland, they do a great job. They certainly are a deterrent to a lot of people who commit crimes. They certainly help apprehend a lot of criminals, and they provide safety and security for Queenslanders across the board. And people know when our dog squad officers are out there with their dogs that it provides that safety and security.
Redcliffe detective Guy Ford raised the issue with the union after an incident where police dog Chaos was stabbed by an offender during an arrest in 2020.
I was always led to believe that the police dogs and horses were sworn officers with us and that the legislation was there. And unfortunately I found out during an incident with police dog Chaos when he was stabbed, trying to apprehend offenders, that once we caught these offenders, that the legislation wasn't there to support the offences that they did commit.
Every day officers are on horseback in Queensland. Like the canine units, there's a special bond between the officer and their animal partner. The urgency for the law change was highlighted recently when a police horse in Sydney was allegedly struck by a protester.
The new law for both horses and police dogs is in line with community expectation. It is a wonderful indictment for the job that the service animals do for the QPS.
Despite the disruptions caused by the COVID pandemic, QPUE President Ian Levers advocated strongly with the Commissioner and Police Minister for the legislative gap to be closed and reinforced with a significant penalty.
It is a priority of the government. We will introduce it as soon as possible. When you come with new laws, you have to make sure you get the drafting right. So we'll do the drafting right. We'll consult with stakeholders to make sure that we've got it right, and then of course we'll introduce it.
The union has also successfully advocated for police dogs to be acknowledged for 5 years of meritorious service. A final design for the medallion hasn't been completed, but QPU Metro South rep Shane Treasure, who lobbied for the award, is confident the service will honour all dogs retrospectively who meet the criteria.
There's no other service with the Commonwealth or state that currently has an acknowledgement for their canine units in regard to meritorious service conduct, so something that's well overdue. Look, there was just no issue at all from the start. Levo was right behind us, as were my fellow executive members. Shane Pry's got coverage of the Honours and Awards section and of the mounted police. I believe they'll benefit after the dogs.
Guy Ford says the achievement of obtaining police animal recognition is another example that suggestions from the front line can have amplified success when raised through the union.
If you have an idea and you come up with the idea and the proposed changes, that you will be supported.